So today it is Cup final day, very exciting stuff. However, we couldn't really be in worse form, so it's an interesting episode coming up. Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. Today, just the one game for you, but it is the Cup Final, so it's a bit of a special one. As it is Cup Final, of course, we have to look the part, so I've got the shirt and tie on today. Didn't bother with a jacket today, because actually I probably should do, because it does say here, at the Santiago Bernabeu, where the game's been played, -1 degrees, so actually I should probably get a coat on as well. Now, since you were last here, things just, they've not been good. We'll say that. We've not won a game 4-5 now, and we've not scored in a lot of those as well, which has been really, really poor. The last time you were here was for the Real Madrid and Espanyol game, and since then it just hasn't really got any better, I've got to say. A 3-0 loss to Real San Sebastian, Real Sociedad, really not very good. We were honestly really, really poor in that game. Verba went off injured in that game, and whereas Handelsmanovic got injured after that game. He's out for today, actually, which is a big, big shame, actually. The game after that, Tenerife, a 0-0 draw, really, really poor again. We just did not really play well enough in that game. And then last time out against Bilbao, we had our chances to win it, but instead we conceded in the 89th minute to make sure we lost it. So really not very good. It actually puts us down to 5th in the table now. Real Madrid and Malaga have overtaken us both. So, I mean, it's not looking good for Champions League now, is it? But still 4 games left in this season, and they're going to be 4 massive games if we want to get Champions League football. So I'm slightly concerned, but there's still time to rectify it, of course. So I'm not really sure what went wrong in those games. I'm really, really not sure. It's a bit of an issue, and the issues are only set to worsen, really, for today's game. If we look here, actually, first of all, we can see that Colono is suspended. He's picked up 2 yellow cards in his previous matches, so he can't play in the final, which is a massive loss because Colono is a huge player for us. And Handelsmanovic, again, he's been out for 4 weeks. It was 4 weeks total. He's got 6-12 days left with an abdominal strain, so potentially he could play today. But I don't think it's worth risking him. Really, I don't think it's worth risking him. Now, before we actually kick off the final, we'll just quickly run through how we got to the final. First of all, because I don't really show the Spanish Cup games because they're not that interesting until we get to like the semi-finals and stuff. And of course, we even missed one of those games because I couldn't record properly. So we started off in the second round, fourth round. We started off in Real Majadahonda, who are in the league, the 2 leagues below, is in the same league as our B team actually. So it was a pretty comfortable 7-1 win on aggregate there. Played a lot of youth team players there and stuff like that. Vigo in the next round, 3-0 on aggregate after 2 wins there. Again, pretty good stuff. We started to play a bit more of a better side there because we thought at this stage, I think it was we were nearly out of Champions League, or maybe out of Champions League at this point. So we decided that the cup is the best thing we've got to win, really. So I don't think I told you that, but in my head I decided that. So that's why we start to play a bit more of a stronger lineup against Vigo, winning there. Coruña as well, again, another big win there, 6-3 on aggregate, again playing a much stronger lineup. We then, of course, had Barcelona, where in that first leg they played a youth team and we played our full-strength lineup, which worked out very well for us. A 7-1 win there. Lost 2-1 in the away leg, but it didn't matter, of course, because we had such a huge advantage. And now we come up against Valencia in the final, who currently sit 10th in the first division. And it leaves me with a little bit of a tactical dilemma of what we should do on the grounds that what have we done there? On the grounds that, Espanyol, Real San Sebastian, Tenerife and Bilbao all below us in the table, and yet we've not done very well playing our usual formation. So do I go 5 at the back for this? Because, I mean, clearly we've not worked out how to play football in the past 5 games. So maybe changing things up a little bit might work for us. I'm also really, really considering having a team meeting. We've not won in 5. Morale's good, but it's not exceptional like Salonque is for some reason. So, I think we just do it, do we? I mean, the dressing room atmosphere is average. Everything else is pretty good. But I reckon it's worth maybe saying that I'm keen to ensure our heads don't drop. Things haven't been going our way recently, but we've got the ability to change our fortunes. I'm going to say that to them, and everyone's reacted very well. All 25 players believe, okay, they all agree. That's actually nice to see. I'm going to say that's exactly the sort of reaction I was after. I'm really pleased with those of you. Oh my, okay, that was worth doing it just for the morale. Well, that was worth doing it. So we're going to stick with it. We're going to stick with the 4 at the back with wingers. I've decided that now. That could be very risky, but we're going to do it. So the game kicks off tomorrow. which is interesting. I thought I'd get the team meeting out the way the day before, in case it really ruined everything, and then they could have a night to sleep on it, you see, and then feel better in the morning. So I'm glad it went well. They'll feel even better in the morning and tomorrow for the game. Right then, so team selection, very, very important. Right. Burke is in goal, obviously. Cucurella and Diouf can stay as wing backs. Romero stays in there. Diego, now right, is Verba back from injury? He is. He had concussion, so he was out for 2 or 3 weeks. And he looks fit enough, actually. So we're going to bring Verba back on the pitch instead of Diego Gonzalez, because I trust him a lot more. We're going to bring Habo back on instead of Toussaint. Of course, Colono can't play, so Badeka is going to have to come on for him. I believe we'll have to take him off the bench and put Sunset on instead. Dad will stay where he is in that box-to-box midfield. So I'm happy with that midfield. Adzic on the left, Orsolini on the right, as per usual. And where is he? Osmanovic is injured still. I'm going to put him on the bench. Osmanovic is going to go on the bench, and we'll start with Solanke, who's just come back actually. As soon as Osmanovic got injured, it was like the day Solanke came back from like a 6 month, or not quite 6 month, but a 4-month injury for Solanke. He broke his foot or something like that. So I don't think he scored from the under-19s. He got a hat trick there, but hasn't scored for the first team yet, as far as I'm aware. So maybe today's a day it'll all change for him. Maybe today is a day it'll all change. Right, submit team. Let's get on to the match. It's the cup final. I mean, this is huge. This is probably the most likely thing we'll ever win in the Real Deal Save. So we have to go all out and win it. Otherwise, I will be very, very upset. Right then, kickoff is upon us here at the Santiago Bernabeu in Madrid, playing the neutral venue here. We're in the blue, Valencia in the white. Now, obviously, this is an away game for both teams technically, and we've already seen how Spanish sides, the fans don't really go to away games. So I'm very interested. In fact, I'm more interested to see the attendance at half-time rather than the actual result. That's what I'm more interested in. By the looks of things, though, our players seem to be a lot fitter instead of conditioned than the Valencia players. So hopefully we can use that. In fact, if we go a bit more fluid, maybe we can use that to our advantage. Maybe. Early indications, though, from the stats at least, seem to suggest that we're on top. But there haven't been any highlights yet. And again, we're struggling to keep possession. Let's have a quick look at it. 60-40, as you would expect. I need to... Right, over summer, I'm going to try and build a really, really good possession tactic. Because I'm sick of every game as being just out-possessioned. Although we win a lot of games still. We are still 5th in the table. So maybe it's not too much of a big deal. What is a big deal, though, is that there are no highlights so far in this game. So clearly very, very nervous sides on both sides of the pitch. I mean, I don't mind it too much because it means that Valencia can't score. But at the same time, no highlights mean that we can't score. So I'd like to have some at least in the second half, as we literally have gone an entire half without a single highlight apart from kickoff. So we'll have to have a word with them at half time. I don't really know how we G them up a little bit. We'll go to the dressing room, team talk. I mean, my assistant says, remind them that the pressure is off. But I mean, I think the pressure is on. I'm going to say, I'm going to go passionately. Great opportunity to show the pundits they've been right. Oh my goodness. Oh no. How do they seem confused and demotivated by that? Every time I use that, it always works. Always. Okay, defence. Calmly. A lot more to come from you. That's not worked at all. At least they just seem confused now. There's no well, there's a little bit of demotivation there on Verba, but okay, right. Calmly. So midfield, pressure's off. That's worked even worse. That is. I'm not even going to say anything to Dominic. I'm not even going to say anything to Dominic because, oh my gosh. That literally could not have gone worse. That could not have gone worse. Honestly, that is literally... Solanke's now got a bruised ankle. Apparently, we should be able to nurse him through the rest of the match. But, I mean, there's been no... Okay, there's a highlight now, and it's coming towards Valencia. And I ruined the team talk at half-time. And is Dad going to get a tackle in there on Romero? I mean, he's pressing him, and they've got rid of the ball now. Okay, right. I thought Adzic was going to get the ball there. Verba, good interception there. Verba back to Romero. Romero back to Burke. We can build from the back. Dominic loses the ball completely. That was a bad pass from the keeper, really, I've got to say. But good tackle there. Now, on the counter-attack, Adzic coming forward up towards Dominic, who's in behind the defence. Dominic is coming off the pitch right now. He's got an injury, and I mean, so is Osmanovic, but that is unforgivable, that is. Okay, free kick to Valencia now. Played out to the... Is that an own goal? It's a Romero own goal. I mean, yeah, good stuff, boys. Good stuff. Let's take it back down to flexible, because clearly fluid isn't working. Push forward, please. Push forward. And actually, what we may do is, Hebo's played very well. So maybe we make him the playmaker. And we bring Badeka up there. And, I mean, he doesn't like it, does he, really? Sunset will like it, though. Sunset kind of likes it there. He can be an attack. He kind of can. Okay, we'll leave Adzic on the left. And we'll keep Sunset there for now. I'm really not very confident, actually, in that change. But we have to change something, I've decided. Something has to change. We have to go slightly more attacking. As Sunset puts forward Osmanovic, who has his shot saved by the goalkeeper. But at least we're having a few chances now. Obviously, if Solanke had just scored, which he should have done, it was easier to score than miss. We would not be in this mess right now. Right, another chance for us as Osmanovic puts it out towards Adzic. There are bodies in the middle of the... I mean, Adzic, to be fair, was well within his right to shoot there, I've got to say. Well within his right to shoot, but it didn't quite come off in the end. But Orsolini now on the ball in towards Harbo, who puts it out back towards Orsolini, who can get across into the bodies in the middle. Adzic is there, cleared away, but only as far as Daddy puts it back in. Osmanovic around the goalkeeper. It's a goal. It's not. I thought it was offside, but it's not offside. We are back in this cup final now. Osmanovic with the goal. Let's encourage the boys then in these last 20 minutes or so. We have been the side on top massively. We deserve to win this more than Valencia do. Their right back is now injured and they've already made 3 subs. Yeah, they have already made 3 subs. So they're playing with 10 men now. We go back to fluid. This is working out very nicely for us. We go back to fluid, try and make that extra man work. Try and push a little bit harder. Sunset clears the ball up towards Osmanovic, which doesn't quite get there. And the Valencia defence seem to do have a hole at the back, right back. I don't know, or have they moved number 12 back there? Yeah, they've moved number 12 back there. They've got the one striker now, rather trying to sit back and defend. Osmanovic out towards Adzic. Adzic cuts inside back towards Sunset. Sunset can't quite get the goal. Puts it back in. Adzic hits the post. This is ridiculous. What is going on? I am very excited now. I am ridiculously excited as the corner comes in cleared, but only as far as Dad. Back to Adzic. Orsolini gets the goal that we need. We have come back into this game after being 1-0 down to score 2 goals late on. And now we just have to hold on for 10 minutes and then we are the Spanish Cup champions. I mean, after losing or not winning for 5 games in a row, I really thought today was going to be a bit of a crap game. And then when that own goal happened as well, I was like, this cannot be happening. But we have turned things around. Adzic has taken a knock, apparently, although we've got 6 minutes of added time. He's got a gashed head, he's fine. We'll leave him on for the next 6 minutes or so. There's a highlight right now. If we can just get one more goal, that will be that, and I'll be very happy, and I'll start celebrating. Orsolini now on the ball, in towards Harbo. Harbo, edge of the area, has a weird cross-come-shot thing. Neto, the goalkeeper, does collect it. And the highlight seems to continue as he clears the ball up the pitch. Valencia do have possession put forward there, but Miro cleans it up as the youth now plays out towards Orsolini, who keeps it on the pitch. He puts a great ball across to Adzic, into Sunset. Sunset into Dad. Dad finishes it off. Oh, what a goal, Dad. That was absolutely incredible stuff from the boys there. Great way to come back into this game. And we have literally just won the Spanish Cup with that goal. And we have literally just won the Spanish Cup with that goal. I mean, after literally the worst first half we could wish for, because there were no highlights at all, the second half has come alive, and thank goodness we scored that 3rd goal, because they've just got another one. Thank goodness we got that 3rd goal, because that could have been tears. There still could be tears, actually. Let's not get too excited now. There could still be tears as Sunset gets the ball, wins it up, plays up towards Osmanovic. Osmanovic puts it just wide of the post. It doesn't matter too much, because there's another highlight. Right, it's coming towards Valencia, and they are coming forward with the ball. Montoya in towards Romero. No, that has not happened. This has not happened. No. Oh, what? I cannot believe this. We were 3-1 up in the 91st minute, and now we've just given the ball away. And now Felix is coming forward, and now so is Van Ginkel. Van Ginkel out to their men. Orsolini with a great interception. Sunset now plays the ball forward. It's won back by Valencia, and Romero's coming forward again. Van Ginkel, no. What? I don't understand what has just happened. What has just happened? Come on, Osmanovic. Come on. 93, 95, 96. 93, 95, 96. I am actually in a state of shock. Aggressive, not happy with that result at all. Can someone just tell me what has just happened in that 93, 90? What has just happened? What has just happened? More time. Oh, apparently we promised Hans Osmanovic to win silverware this season. But apparently he's prepared to give me another season to make that extra step up required to secure a trade. Well, that's nice of him. Thank you very much, Hans. I thought Dad won it for us. I thought Dad had won it for us. I genuinely do not know what. I mean, that is the biggest load of rubbish I've ever seen in my. How has that happened? How has that happened? I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what I'm clicking on. I don't know what. Can we do something else? Can we facilities? Yeah, improve training facilities, please. Yeah, they love that. Thank you. I mean, I don't. How has that happened? I am genuinely completely lost for words. Like I don't even know what to say next. Other than tomorrow is the next episode, the last one of the season. Oh, and of course, the last game of the season is against Valencia. So I mean, that's first of all, they ruin our cup. They're probably going to ruin our Champions League hopes now as well. We've got 4 games to get back in the Champions League. To be honest, I wouldn't mind just being Europa League because I'm sure we get battered again in the Champions League. So we might have a chance of doing well in the Europa League. So I wouldn't mind being in that. But more money Champions League, you see. I mean, I guess I see you tomorrow then. Because I do not know what has just happened. I have to sit down and think about this. 93, 95, 96. Okay. At least Dad got man of the match, you know. Well done, Dad. You did well that game. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow for Valencia again. Yeah, see you tomorrow.